The story of Jezebel and Naboth's vineyard, found in 1 Kings 21, is a striking narrative that exposes the dark undercurrents of power, greed, and injustice in ancient Israel. At its heart lies a seemingly simple dispute over land, but the consequences are anything but ordinary. King Ahab, desiring Naboth's vineyard for personal convenience, is met with firm resistance. Naboth, honoring the sacred inheritance of his ancestors, refuses to sell. This act of integrity sets off a chain of events that reveals the corruption festering within the royal court. Jezebel, Ahab's wife, emerges as a central figure of manipulation and ruthlessness. Unwilling to accept Naboth's refusal, she orchestrates a sinister plot involving false witnesses and a mock trial, ultimately leading to Naboth's unjust execution. Her actions not only secure the vineyard for Ahab, but also provoke divine outrage. The prophet Elijah is sent to confront Ahab, delivering a chilling prophecy of judgment that underscores the moral gravity of the crime. This episode is more than a historical account. It's a moral parable that resonates across time. It challenges readers to reflect on the abuse of authority, the sanctity of justice, and the courage required to uphold truth in the face of oppression. Naboth's quiet defiance becomes a symbol of righteousness, while Jezebel's cunning exposes the destructive power of unchecked ambition. In exploring this story, we uncover timeless themes relevant to leadership, ethics, and personal integrity. It serves as a sobering reminder that even in the shadows of injustice, truth has a voice, and divine justice is never blind. Naboth refused to sell his vineyard because it was his ancestral inheritance, something sacred under Jewish law, Leviticus 25 verse 23. His stand reminds us that integrity sometimes comes at a cost. King Ahab's desire for the vineyard wasn't inherently wrong, but his response to Naboth's refusal, enabled by Jezebel's ruthless scheme, shows how unchecked power can lead to injustice. Jezebel orchestrated false accusations and had Naboth executed, just to satisfy Ahab's whim. God sent Elijah to confront Ahab and pronounce judgment. Though Ahab initially repented and delayed the punishment, both he and Jezebel eventually faced divine retribution. Ahab's failure to lead with righteousness and Jezebel's manipulation show the importance of moral leadership. Leaders are accountable not just to people, but to God. In 2 Kings 9, Jezebel's death is foretold with brutal clarity. The prophet Elijah had earlier declared that because of her wickedness, including idolatry, manipulation, and the murder of Naboth, Jezebel would die a dishonorable death, and dogs would consume her body. Years later, this prophecy comes to pass. When Jehu arrives in Jezreel to overthrow the house of Ahab, Jezebel, defiant to the end, paints her eyes and looks out from a window, perhaps to seduce or intimidate. But Jehu calls out, "Who is on my side?" and her own servants throw her down from the window. She dies on impact, and Jehu's horses trample her body. Later, when they go to bury her, they find only her skull, feet, and hands. The rest had been eaten by dogs. This gruesome end was not just punishment, but a symbolic stripping of dignity. In ancient Israel, being devoured by dogs meant total disgrace, especially for royalty. Elijah's words were not empty threats, they were divine warnings. Her death was a reckoning for the innocent blood she spilled. Jezebel's end serves as a cautionary tale about unchecked power, pride, and rebellion against God. It's a story that still resonates, reminding us that no matter how powerful someone may seem, justice is never out of reach. Jezebel's legacy influenced later biblical texts, or how her name became synonymous with spiritual corruption. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to watch the blood of Jesus.